Here are the chapter 6.5 notes, trigonometric functions of general angles. This will be pages 10 and 11. So using the strategy from the previous page, we're basically doing the same thing again. We want to figure out what our three primary trig values look like. Now, most of the time we will use sine, cosine, tangent. A lot of the time when we see secant, cosecant, and cotangent, we can rewrite everything in terms of sine and cosine and make our life easier, okay? So quadrant 1, starting top right again. Our sine is positive, our cosine is positive, so our tangent, which is sine over cosine, is also positive. In quadrant 2, our x value, here, so we should go y, x, yeah. In quadrant 2, we are moving to the left, so our cosine is negative, our sine is positive. Keep in mind, I'm thinking about it the way that I would graph an ordered pair, so x then y. Just because it is set up a certain way in the box doesn't mean we have to answer in that order. Okay. Quadrant 3, we know our x is negative, our y is negative, so our tangent is positive. And quadrant 4, we know our x is positive, our y is negative, so our tangent is negative. Okay. Example 11. We want to use the statements that were given, figure out where this is true, which quadrant this happens in. So here it says the sine of theta is positive. Sine is y, and our y is positive in quadrants 1 and 2. Here, cosine, though, has to be less than 0. Cosine is negative. So to the right of the y-axis, cosine is positive. So to the left is where our cosine is negative. And of course, we are looking for this spot where they overlap. So sine is positive and cosine is negative in quadrant 2. B, we've got tangent of theta is greater than 0. So our tangent is positive in quadrants 1 and 3. We have sine is positive as well. That happens in quadrants 1 and 2. Our overlap here is quadrant 1. C, we have cosecant is negative. Well, cosecant is 1 over sine. So we are concerned with where our sine is less than 0. Our sine is negative. And that happens in quadrants 3 and 4. Where is the tangent also negative? Tangent's negative in quadrants 2 and 4. Our overlap then is quadrant 4. Sine and cosecant are negative and tangent are negative in quadrant 4. Last example, where is our secant greater than 0? Secant is 1 over cosine of theta. Sorry, secant of theta is 1 over cosine of theta. Cosine is positive to the right of the y-axis. And we've got our cosecant is negative. Cosecant is 1 over sine, so just like that example to our left, we're looking for where sine is negative. Again, our overlap here is in quadrant 4. If you like mnemonics and this helps at all, starting in the upper right corner, we can think of this as all students take calculus. Okay, Okay. The A stands for all. Sine, cosine, and tangent are all positive in quadrant 1. Okay. Moving counterclockwise, we get to the S. Sine is the only of our 3 basic trig functions that is positive in quadrant 2. Moving down, here's quadrant 1, we hit 2. Quadrant 3, tangent is positive, both our sine and cosine are negative. And then our C, cosine, quadrant 4. Cosine is the one of our 3 common trig functions, sine, cosine, and tangent, that's positive. So if that helps, use that.